Hello, I am Joseph. This is 5 Minute Lore, a production of Crit and Grit Media. Last episode, we talked about the Inner Sea and the Starstone Isle, where Aroden touched the Starstone and became a god. That moment reshaped Galoria and gave birth to one of the greatest human empires, Cheliax. But empires don't last forever, and in this episode, we are going to dive into Cheliax, the inner jewel of the Inner Sea, the empire of law and order, and how it all came crashing down when their god disappeared. For centuries, Cheliax thrived under Aroden's light. The nation saw itself as chosen, destined to lead humanity into a golden age. And prophecy said it would happen in 4606 AR, when Aroden would return. But instead, the unthinkable happened. Aroden vanished. Clerics prayed and heard only silence. Miracles failed, and temples grew cold. Prophecies stopped working altogether, throwing the entire empire into uncertainties. To make things worse, storms and strange plagues erupted across Galorian. It was the single greatest shock the Inner Sea had ever known, and Cheliax, the nation tied most to Aroden, was thrown into chaos. With their god gone, Cheliax lost its center. No heir could hold the throne, and the great noble houses turned on one another. The struggle wasn't just politics, it was full civil war. Battles raged in the streets and across the countryside as powerful houses and their allies fought for control. This chaos lasted more than 30 years, and while Cheliax was bleeding itself dry, the Empire's colonies slipped away. Andorian declared its independence. The shackles erupted with piracy. Regions that once bent a knee now stood alone. The shining empire was breaking apart, piece by piece. Cheliax survived, but it was forever changed. The light of Aroden was gone, replaced by the shadow of Asmodeus. What had once been a proud human empire became a nation of tyranny, where law and fear ruled together under House Thrune. But this wasn't the end of Cheliax's story. While House Thrune cemented its infernal rules, other nations began to resist. In our next episode, we'll talk about Andorian and the nation that broke free of Cheliax and forged its own destiny as the free state of Galorian and the rise of its evil knights. Thanks for watching this 5-minute dive into Pathfinder lore. If you enjoyed it, please like, subscribe, and join me as we continue to explore the Age of Lost Omens and Pathfinder 2e. Every Thursday, I'll try to release more content for this. Again, this was a Crit and Grit Media production, and you have a great day.